Hey, welcome to Missologist. So today we're doing some really exciting stuff, including making some cocktails from different states. So the first state I'm doing is Alaska. And Alaska has two drinks that they're known for that are associated with it, although one of them was actually a pre-prohibition drink and it was not actually created in Alaska, but it was sort of an homage to Alaska becoming part of the US. And that drink is popularly called the Alaska. We'll also be making the Gold Rush, which was invented in Alaska and sounds pretty good. And the reason I'm talking fast is I don't want the ice to melt. But I did learn some really cool stuff in the process of researching this video. For example, there's more than 3 million lakes in Alaska, and there's more than 100 volcanoes. So there you go, learn something every day. So here we go. We are making the Alaska, which again, not invented in Alaska, but invented in honor of Alaska becoming part of the US. So to make the Alaska, with that, we are going to put in 2 ounces of gin, and I am using Freeland gin. They actually curated our upcoming December boxes for Missologist, so I've been using their gin and bourbon, and it's really good traditional London dry gin with a lot of juniper and other botanical flavors that come through. Quite nice. Okay, we need half an ounce of elderflower liqueur, and I am using Bowls Amsterdam for that. Half an ounce of that. Smells interesting. Okay, we'll be using half an ounce of sherry, and I believe I was basically supposed to use Amontillado sherry, but I found this one, Barbadillo, which is a blend of Amontillado and other stuff. So Amontillado, so that's what I'm using for the sherry. Half an ounce of that, and then 2 dashes of orange bitters. So, bitters right here. We're using Regan's orange bitters. So 2 dashes of those. 1, 2, essentially 2 dashes. Okay, and then I'm gonna stir it in here and strain it into this other glass as instructed. Okay, so I'm gonna strain it into here. And I'll just try to get the ice back in this one so it doesn't melt all over the place. Okay, alright, so there you go. This is the Alaska. And actually today we have a special guest with us who will be trying all the cocktails I make and giving us tasting notes, because honestly, my palate isn't, it's okay, but it's not super refined sometimes, and I don't always catch all the flavors, and I wanted to be able to give you guys better tasting notes for the various drinks that we make on the show. So, okay, but I will try this. is strong. That is strong. I can really taste the gin, and I think I'm tasting the elderflower. It's a little sweet, very botanical tasting. Not bad. It's strong though, very strong. So that's the Alaska. So now we're going to make the Gold Rush. Okay, so hold on a sec. I feel like it's gonna be too diluted in there. So actually I need my shaker. So I'm gonna pour this ice in here. Okay, and we are going to grab some rich honey syrup and lemon juice. Okay. So rich honey syrup is just honey syrup where you double the amount of honey to the amount of hot water. So essentially, I put in like 2 tablespoons of honey, 1 tablespoon of water, and that makes it richer because then the honey taste comes through more. Anyway, let's do this before this ice melts too much. So we need, for the Gold Rush, we need 2 ounces of bourbon. And again, I'm using the Freeland because I have it. And I'm not a huge fan of bourbon, but I think this one's actually pretty user-friendly, or beginner-friendly rather. Okay, so 2 ounces of bourbon. Three-quarter ounce of lemon juice. So take that out of the way so you can actually see. I'm going to take my lemon juice and somehow pour 3/4. Oh, that actually. Oh, it's like 3/4 is exactly sweet. Alright, put that in there. And then we need 3/4 ounce of the rich honey syrup. And then we're gonna shake it. We're gonna hope that this ice is still cold enough to create a vacuum. Because if not, we're screwed. But hopefully it is. So I'm gonna shake this. Oops, the phone. That's okay. And then we're supposed to strain it into a chilled rocks glass, but I don't have a rocks glass, so I'm doing this. And this is kind of chilled because it just had ice in it. So, oh, that's really pretty actually. I don't know. So you can see it, but it's actually very pretty in appearance. It's quite lovely actually. Again, this is a Gold Rush, and as you can see, it's gold. So let's see how this is. Oh, that's actually very nice. May have gotten a bit diluted by the ice, but I don't think it affected it too much. It tastes, you get the bourbon very quickly, but you also get the sourness of the lemon, and then the honey balances it out. So it's actually quite a pleasant drink. Yeah, I'm impressed. Anyway, so that's been the drinks of Alaska, or representing Alaska. We had the Alaska and the Gold Rush. And so let's cheers. Cheers.
Hi everyone, nice to meet you. My name is Eric. I'm doing a bit of a special guest appearance here on Mixologist just to provide some tasting notes. And for this one, I'm going to be providing tasting notes on both of the Alaska cocktails. So that would be both the Gold Rush and the Alaska. First one I'm going to go with is the Gold Rush, which again, as a reminder, is 2 ounces bourbon, 3/4 ounce lemon juice, 3/4 ounce rich honey syrup. And if you're wondering why I'm providing the tasting notes, it's because both these cocktails use bourbon and gin, and these are kind of my mainstays. So like I drink these quite frequently. Bourbon itself is my drink of choice. So I would say I'm pretty qualified in order to provide tasting notes on these cocktails. So first I'm going to be doing the Gold Rush, which again is, 2 ounce bourbon, 3/4 ounce lemon juice, 3/4 ounce rich honey syrup. So there we go. Oh yeah, already just on the nose I can smell the honey. So yeah, going for a sip. Honestly, yeah, first sip, the instant reminder for me is like I'm drinking a cold hot toddy, which would make sense because essentially all of these are the same ingredients that you would get in a hot toddy. The only difference is this one is shaken with ice, whereas a hot toddy is served hot, obviously. So yeah, going in for a second sip. Yeah, definitely getting kind of those classic darker bourbon notes, as well as the lemon juice. So yeah, with the bourbon, I'm getting your brown sugar, which has a classic bourbon taste. Then you have the lemon juice, and then you have the honey sweetness. It's just there throughout the entire time. And just so you know, we're currently using Freeland Spirits bourbon in this cocktail, which is a local distillery out of Portland. If you want some recommendations on this cocktail for kind of a commercially available alternative, I would suggest, don't laugh, but Buffalo Trace bourbon. That is both the name of the distillery and the name of their flagship bourbon. So I would just, Buffalo Trace bourbon would be a pretty good alternative, as well as Old Forester. They make a pretty good, widely available bourbon. And then finally, Wild Turkey. I myself am partial to Wild Turkey 101, but they also make a lower proof alternative, which is, I believe it's just called Wild Turkey. So Nick, and once again, also highly recommend, this is great. Again, essentially a cold hot toddy. I would specifically recommend this in kind of your hot weather. It's almost like a mint julep. It's quite refreshing, especially if you have an ice cube in here. But yeah, next, moving on to the Alaska. But before I do that, I am going to, if you've seen the other videos, I'm going to cleanse my palate. That's generally a good idea to do whenever you're doing 2 drinks side to side, just so you are truly appreciating the one cocktail and everything it brings to the table as opposed to the other. You're not getting any residual effects. So we're gonna give you a brief fast forward pause while I eat this saltine cracker and drink some water. Bear with us, please. Sufficiently cleansed. Now I'm going to be moving on to the Alaska, which again, as a reminder, this one is 2 parts gin, 3/4 ounce elderflower liqueur, 1.5 ounces sherry, 2 dashes of orange bitters. So I'm just gonna take the nose first. Oh yeah, definitely, gin, definitely getting some of the floral notes that are assuredly coming from the elderflower liqueur. Ooh, that smells quite nice. And a hint of orange bitters as well from the orange bitters, presumably. Oh, that's quite nice. That is very refreshing. So yeah, I'm getting kind of those classic black pepper, coriander notes from the gin. And then again, off camera, I was testing the elderflower liqueur on its own because I've actually never had it before. That kind of brings a bit of a syrupy and honey quality. I will suggest if you don't have elderflower liqueur, because I think it might be a little difficult to obtain, I would suggest Benedictine, which is kind of an herbal liqueur. It should be widely available, but it'll bring those same honey and floral notes that the elderflower liqueur is bringing. And again, going in for a second sip. Yeah, definitely. I think that elderflower liqueur, and again, Benedictine should be doing the same thing. It kind of coats the mouth, coats the tongue and the sides of the mouth with honey. Definitely gives it a longer finish. Lets me appreciate those classic gin notes more. I gotta say, this is quite enjoyable to drink. That's why I'm going for third sip. Oh yeah, that is quite. I have to say I'm not picking up too much of the sherry, but again, it is likely doing something here. I think it may be like adding to the longer finish. I am actually getting, as I'm talking to you, I am getting a bit of the kind of red wine taste, which yeah, that is definitely coming from the sherry. Overall, yeah, I think this would be good. And honestly, I think this would be good either in hot weather or cold weather. I would just suggest if you're gonna do it in cold weather, maybe just don't have an ice cube in while you're drinking it, and if it's hot weather, just add the ice cube. So that's all I have to say, and before I leave you with a cheers, I'm gonna drink one more of this because this is quite enjoyable. Cheers.